Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joeyneb here, live at the 3 N News Network Battle Station, ladies and gentlemen. And today we will be having talks about what's going on. Any questions you'd like to ask me, feel free. Right now, you may be hearing some pinging going on, is because I have notifications coming in. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. We're also live on Twitch, and we're also live here on the YouTube station as well. Come check us out. Click like, subscribe to the channel. We're also on Discord. Let's build that community together. Um, there's also Twitter as well. Tell your friends and family about the network, and and let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, those that don't know me, I am your host, Joeyneb from New Hampshire. Also, going on next week on Saturday, the 21st of January at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. We'll be having two hosts, possible three hosts on a great conversation on various of topics. Through it could be about anything, about politics, about what's going on in the war. Very informational um, views that is actually going on, real live events. We'll be having live cams, everything going on here on the 3 N News Network. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to the show. And once again, thank you for being here on watching the stream. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is 10:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the east side of the United States. Above us is the live cams of Ukraine. Anything that pops up is going on in these various towns, we will know about it. We also going to check out the Liveuamap. Let me just do some refreshing. All right, 3 hours ago, air defense was active in Belgrade region. In Ukraine. 4 hours ago, there were alerts and sirens going off. Keeping eyes on the screen. We have an alert map in case you missed anything that we're talking about on this Liveuamap. 5 hours ago, fire and explosions reported in Kartsk, Ukraine. And let's see. Oh, there's the picture right there. As you can see that there was fire and explosion. Sorry, I moved the screen too much there. There we go. Um, Anything going on with the live feed, we will know about it. Above, we have the hot spots that have been going on with the war. Um, so far, pretty quiet out there. It's sunrise for Ukraine right now. There is a time clock. Yes, that is the correct time clock. It is the right date as well. It's 5:17 in the morning in Ukraine. All right. What do we have here? We have 5 hours ago, there was two more alerts going on. 10 hours ago, Wagner mercenaries at a Sioux railway station. Russia has taken over this area. As you see them in their gear here, the mercenaries. This has happened in Donetsk. Donetsk is already taken over by Russian occupation. 10 hours ago, there's more alerts. Same with 11 hours ago as well. 12 hours ago, Russian army shelled Skud in Chasiv Yar in Donetsk region. The head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration This was reported by Pavlo, I'll just say Pavlo K. Here are the pictures. As you can see, there was damage inside this school. Obviously, there was no students in time and event. Thank God for that one. There would have been a lot of trouble if there was. Let's go back and check those pictures one more time. This is a perfect example of Russia. Russia's Putin has been attacking not just the infrastructure, but also been attacking civilians as well. There was in Kharkiv, a building that he practically split in half. People were stuck underneath the rubble. Um, and that search for survivors in that ground zero area, it's still ongoing at this time. 13 hours ago, Putin had a phone call with Erdogan discussing Ukraine and Syria. 14 hours ago, Russian army shelled Kupatsk this morning. And there's the more shelling that taken place at this location. And there is your Kharkiv prosecutor for labeling it for war crimes. That's what's been going on. This happened in Kharkiv. Um, there is that information I was just talking about. Children were stuck underneath that rubble. Death toll of Russian missile strike in Dnipro city increased to 40, 3 children among them. 18 hours ago, at Kupsnik and Liman, directs Russian army shelled in Divor. Um, as you can see the names here, I'm having a hard time trying to speak these names. But in Kharkiv region, General Staff Armed Forces, Ukraine says in the morning report this happened out in Liman. 18 hours ago at Bakhmut direction, Russian army shelled Spring, Ozar, Klis, Bakhmut, and Drew, New York, and Pivnichny of Donetsk region. 18 hours ago, there was more shelling happen in this, where these names have been mentioned in the Donetsk region. 18 hours ago, still more shelling going on, more locations, and same thing with this that has happened yesterday. So anybody that has any questions, feel free to ask me. This is I have can see you guys' questions. I can be glad to answer them, and if I don't know them, I will search online with you to answer that question the best of my ability. Just so you know, this is your host Joeyneb. I know it's been a while that I have been on here airing, but I am going to be doing this on a weekly basis. I'm trying to aim for Saturdays to be doing live streams, having interviews. Anybody that wants to contact me and want to be interviewed, I'll be more freely to do so. We'll be live here on the Three Times That News Network here, Twitch and YouTube. Click like and subscribe. The viewers that just came in on both social media outlets, thank you. And welcome to the Three Times As News Network family. Right now, just to catch you up on speed, we're reviewing the Liveuamap update. Let's take a quick look on our Liveuamap, the map itself. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. As you have it, here is a little bit a better understanding what's going on. There in red is all the shelling and bombing that's been going on. The alerts. before that, they're still trying to advance westward. They're not doing a very good, successful job in trying to do so. Um, Still hanging on to Crimea and Donetsk. Um, Casualties have been still ongoing in Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what's going on here with the Liveuamap. Um, Now let's get out of this and check what's on the flight radar. Maybe we can find something that's going on here with maybe see if anything flying, and then in the fly zone we can pick up. Give me a moment. Airport by country. Ukraine. We'll click Kyiv. All right, as you can see, the planes are still at bay. I'm trying to get the map. And we got advertisement. Give me one moment. Apologize about the delay here. There we go. See if we can see if there we go. All right. Having a little bit of issue here, technical difficulties on this. Let's see what's on. Nope, not nearby. I'm trying to see if I can zoom out here. All right, we're gonna do something totally different here. Let's go back. Let's actually close this out. All right, we're going to open up. Yeah, I'm gonna put up the 3 Times N News Twitter page. And we're going to cover some things on there. What's going on in Ukraine? Just let me do some login stuff. All right. All right. It's not letting me. All right. Remove. Yes. Give me one moment. Little technical difficulties here. Window capture. Oh, I see what's going on. My win my internet window accident closed out, and that's why I couldn't stream it through. All right, I could fix that. Thank you for being patient, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Joeyneb, here on the 3 Times Ed News Network. We're actually entering into Twitter right now to find out about more news feed about what's going on in Ukraine. Just give me momentarily. I got to sign in and the whole 9 yards. And then I will window capture it for us. Okay. Window capture. There we go. Now we got it. All right. Sorry for the inconvenience. So now I just got to place this in the right spot so viewers can see everything else. All right. Let's lock it in. Just let me filter some of this stuff out so you have a better view. There we go. Here we go. We will be getting into the Kyiv Independent, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. Obviously, more updates came in about Ukraine with Kyiv. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, with the 3 Times Ed News Network. We're gonna, according to the Kyiv Independent right now, around 500 soldiers will receive what the military calls combined arms training in southern Germany, according to the defense official quoted by the New York Times. The training in Germany is aimed at study complex military tactics that could improve the ability of Ukraine's army to launch new offensives and defend against Russian attacks. Also, um, the U.S. begins training in Germany and Oklahoma for Ukrainian soldiers. The U.S. has stepped up training on Ukrainian soldiers to teach military tactics at the American base in Germany and instruction on how to operate a complex air defense system in Oklahoma, TYT reports. Um, Also, the armed forces, this come from Michael McKay 41 minutes ago. The armed forces of Ukraine have been in combat with Russia's invaders for almost 9 years. Ukraine hasn't had any fighting ally in the war that lasted longer than the World War I and II. On the front line in Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, Kherson, Ukrainians defend the West alone. As you have here, this is Ukraine from Ukrainian front. U.S. understands Ukraine's need to hit targets located farther than the front line. According to the U.S. Deputy Secretary of Defense, I will not get into details, and I will say we are aware of this need in the current status. We're discussing how Ukraine can cope with this challenge. Um, my friend Mamet, his Twitter is Yorukhan. 2 hours ago, Kyiv Independent. Explosion reported in Russia's Belgrade. Explosions were heard in the Russian city of Belgrade and Belgrade district. Early on January 17th, regional governor Vyacheslav Gladkov reported via telegram, according to air defense, been activated. Thank you, Mamet, for that one. Let's go to his page, see what he has to offer. Here you go. You can support Mamet and help him with survival needs. He lives in Kyiv, Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen, and he is very good at what he does too as well. This is his Twitter page. Here he reports the same news that we've been reporting. He has more news as well, as he lives through the experience, boots on the ground in Kyiv. So what he has here reported 3 hours ago, Sanders also told his troops that ensuring Russia's defeat in Ukraine makes us safer. BBC report the UK has committed $2.3 billion in military assistance to Ukraine since February 24th and has made a pledge to match the assistance in 23. BBC also reported UK Army chief says military donations to Ukraine come at a cost but makes us safer. The UK's Chief of General Staff Patrick Sanders said British military donations to Ukraine will be put to good use in the fight with Russia, but might leave. This is a letter that was by President Zelensky in Ukraine. What happened in Dnipro, the fact that Russia is preparing a new attempt to seize the initiative in the war, the fact that the nature of hostilities at the front requires new decisions in defense supply. All this emphasizes how important it is to coordinate our efforts of all members of the coalition to defend Ukraine and freedom and to speed up decision making. Today, there's a good example from the UK. A new package defensive system has been announced. Exactly what we need: tanks, other armored vehicles, artillery. What we discussed with the Prime Minister Sunak, I thank you, Rishi, I thank you, Breton, for the tangible and timely support. Starting tomorrow, this week, we'll be even more active in terms of our diplomacy. The Davos Forum will start its work. Ukraine will be heard at the global important platform. At the end of the week, a regular meeting in Ramstein format will be held. We expect fundamental decisions from the coalition of our partners. Important bilateral negotiations are also planned. Every day of our diplomatic marathon brings Ukraine quite specific defense results. And I thank you who helps our state. I thank everyone who works for the victory of Ukraine. Glory to each of our warriors. Slava Ukraine, from Vladimir Zelensky. Very well said from the President of Ukraine. And he addresses the nation as well 5 hours ago. Let's see what he has to say.
Станом на цей час в дії. Дорогі українці, досі в Дніпрі продовжується розбір завалів будинку, який був зруйнований російською ракетою. Я дякую всім, хто здійснює цю рятувальну операцію. Кожному працівнику ДСНС і поліції, кожному лікарю, кожному волонтеру, усім, хто задіяний. Станом на цей час вдалося врятувати з-під завалів 39 людей, серед них 6 дітей. Загалом надійшло 47 повідомлень про тих, хто міг перебувати в будинку на час удару і чия доля була невідомою. Вдалося з'ясувати інформацію вже щодо 22 людей. Відомо про 40 загиблих, серед них 3 дитинки. Мої співчуття усім, чиїх близьких забрав цей удар. Служба безпеки України вже почала встановлення інформації про тих російських військових, хто підготував і здійснив цей удар. Жодного сумніву немає. Кожен, хто винен у цьому воєнному злочині, буде встановлений, притягнутий до відповідальності. Цей удар по Дніпру, як і інші подібні удари, підпадає, зокрема, під юрисдикцію Міжнародного кримінального суду. І ми використаємо всі доступні можливості, як національні, так і міжнародні, щоб всі російські вбивці, щоб кожен, хто віддає і виконує накази про ракетний терор проти наших людей, отримали законні вироки. І щоб вони відбули покарання. Це принципове завдання для України і для наших партнерів. Я дякую кожному, хто підтримує нашу державу на шляху до справедливості. Сьогодні, до речі, я говорив з прем'єр-міністром Нідерландів Марком Рюте. Він один з тих, хто допомагає Україні найбільше, і в тому числі в питанні про справедливість. Це була вже третя наша розмова з паном прем'єр-міністром за 4 тижні. Я вдячний Марку та усім нідерландцям за незмінну підтримку і чітке розуміння, що українці мають перемогти російську агресію. Сьогодні ми обговорили захист від російських ракет та іранських дронів, робимо все, щоб максимально посилити нашу ППО. І дуже важливо, щоб ця наша розмова відбулася саме напередодні візиту пана прем'єр-міністра Нідерландів у Сполучені Штати Америки. Те, що сталося у Дніпрі, те, що Росія готує нову спробу перехопити ініціативу у війні, те, що характер бойових дій на фронті потребує нових рішень в оборонному постачанні, все це тільки підкреслює, як важливо координувати наші зусилля усіх учасників коаліції захисту України і свободи. І пришвидшувати ухвалення рішень. Сьогодні гарний приклад від Великої Британії. Оголошено про новий пакет оборонної допомоги, те, що треба, танки, інша бронетехніка, артилерія. Те, що ми обговорювали з паном прем'єр-міністром Сунаком. Я дякую тобі, Ріші, дякую кожному британцю за відчутну і своєчасну підтримку. Провів чергове засідання Ставки. Питання саме такі: взаємодія з нашими партнерами, протидія ракетному терору, можливість сценарії дій ворога і наше реагування на кожен з вірогідних сценаріїв. Були доповіді командувачів, керівників розвідок, були і необхідні рішення. Окремо і детально розглянули ситуацію на Донецькому напрямку. Солидар, Бахмут та інші міста, проти яких Росія зосередила свої останні найбільш підготовлені сили. Також розглянули ситуацію на південних напрямках фронту. Бачимо, що готує Росія. Щодня, щоночі діємо, щоб зменшити потенціал ворога. Щодня, щоночі мінус їхні склади, штаби, комунікації. Сьогодні ж у Києві був діючий голова ОБСЄ, міністр закордонних справ Північної Македонії. Звичайно, ми говорили про те, передусім, як зробити дієвою ОБСЄ. Це одна з тих міжнародних організацій, які мають значний потенціал, але з різних причин в критичних ситуаціях мають великий дефіцит конкретних дій, великий дефіцит рішучості. ОБСЄ може суттєво збільшити увагу і відповідно діяти по відношенню до депортації наших людей з окупованої території в Росію. І по відношенню до ситуації з українськими полоненими жодна міжнародна організація досі не знайшла в собі сил, щоб отримати доступ до місць утримання наших полонених на території Росії. Це має бути виправлено. Я сподіваюся, що головування Північної Македонії в ОБСЄ буде цьому сприяти. Від завтрашнього дня цей тиждень стане ще більш активним з точки зору нашої дипломатії. Почне роботу форум в Давосі. Україну почують на цьому глобальному важливому майданчику. Наприкінці тижня має відбутись чергове засідання в форматі Рамштайну. Очікуємо принципових рішень від коаліції наших партнерів. Заплановані і важливі двосторонні переговори. Кожен день нашого дипломатичного марафону приносить Україні цілком конкретні оборонні плоди. Я дякую усім, хто допомагає нашій державі. Я дякую усім, хто працює заради перемоги України. Слава кожному нашому воїну. Слава усім, хто воює від 24 лютого і від 2014 року. Цього тижня, 20 січня, буде День шанування захисників Донецького аеропорту. Сьогодні вже почали згадувати ту оборону, той героїзм наших людей. Бої тривали від травня 2014 року. Останній захисник вийшов з ДАПу 23 січня 2015 року. І оборона була такою, що увесь світ ще тоді мав би побачити, що означає українська незламність. Я впевнений, український прапор повернеться і в Донецький аеропорт, і в Донецьк, і в інші міста і села нашого Донбасу та іншої тимчасово окупованої території. Тимчасово – це ключове слово. Україна поверне своє і своїх. Слава Україні!
As you heard, ladies and gentlemen, from your Ukrainian president Vladimir Zelensky. Okay, and we're going to go through this one more time. Um, but this time I'm going to read the English side. So we heard from the Ukrainian side, and we saw caps. This time we're going to hear it from me with while the president is speaking. So let's mute his mic. Here we go. Fellow Ukrainians, the debris of the house destroyed by the Russian missile is still being dismantled in Dnipro. I thank everyone who's carrying out the rescue operation, every employee of the state emergency service and police, even doctor, even volunteer, everyone who is involved, as now 39 people, including 6 children, have been rescued from under the rubble. In total, 47 reports were received about those who can have been in the house at the time of the strike and whose fate was unknown. The information about 22 people have been clarified. It is known about 40 dead, including 3 children. My condolences to whose loved ones who killed by the strike. The security service of Ukraine has already started to gather information about those Russian military who prepared and carried out this strike. There is no doubt every person guilty of this war crime will be identified and brought to justice. The strike in Dnipro, well as similar strike fails, is particular under the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court and will use all available opportunities, both national and international, to ensure that the Russian murderers, everyone who gives and execute orders on missile terror against our people, face legal sentences, and to ensure that they serve their punishment. This is a fundamental task for Ukraine and for our partners. I thank everyone who supports our country on the path to justice. Today, by the way, I spoke with the Prime Minister and the Netherlands of Mark who helped Ukraine the most, particularly in the issue of justice. It was our third conversation with Mr. Prime Minister in 4 weeks. I am grateful to Mark and all Dutch people for continued support, clear understanding, and the Ukrainians must defeat Russian aggression. Today we discussed protection against Russian missiles and Iranian drones. We are doing everything to strengthen our air defense as much as possible. It is very important that our conversation took place on the eve of the visit of the Prime Minister of the Netherlands to the United States. What happened in Dnipro, the fact Russia is preparing a new attempt to seize the initiative to the war. In fact, the nature of the hostilities in the front requires now decisions in the defense supply, and all only emphasizes how important it is to coordinate our efforts of all members, and the coalition to defend Ukrainian freedom, and to speed up decision making. Today, there is a good example from the UK. A new package of defense assistance has been announced, exactly what we need: tanks, other armored vehicles, artillery. What we discussed the Prime Minister Sunak. I thank you, Rishi. I thank every Briton to tangible and timely support. I held a regular meeting of the staff. The questions are as interaction of our partners, counteraction to missile terror, possible scenarios of enemy actions, and of our response to each of the probable scenarios. There were reports of commanders, intelligence chiefs. There were also necessary decisions. The situation in Donetsk direction was considered separately and detailed. Sardar, Bukhman, and other cities against which Russia has concentrated last prepared forces. We also reviewed the situation of the southern front. We see what Russia is preparing. Every day and night we work to reduce the enemy's potential. Every day and night we subtract their warehouses. headquarters and communications. Today, the OSCE Chairman in Office, Minister of the Foreign Affairs of North Macedonia, visit Kyiv. Of course, we discussed first of all how to make the OSCE effective. This is one of those international organizations that have significant potential by various reasons. In critical situations, have a great lack of determination. The OSCE has significantly increased importance according to regarding of our people from the occupied territory to Russia, and regarding the situation with Ukrainian prisoners. No international organization has found the strength to gain access to the places of detention of our prisoners in Russia yet. This must be corrected. I hope the OSCE presidency and North Macedonia will contribute to this. Starting tomorrow, this week, we'll be more active in terms of our diplomacy. The forum will start its work. Ukraine will be held on the global important platform. At the end of the week, a regular meeting in the Ramstein format will be held. Expect fundamental decisions from our coalition of our partners. Important bilateral negotiations are also planned. Every day of diplomatic maritime brings Ukraine quiet, specific defense results. And I thank everyone who helps our state. I thank everyone who works with the victory of Ukraine. Glory to each of our warriors. Glory to who have been fighting. And since February 24th, since 2014, this week on January 20, we will mark the day of honoring the defenders of Donetsk Airport. Today, we already started to recall that defense, that heroism of our people. The fight started in May 2014. The last defender left at the DAP on January 23rd, 2015. And it was such a defense that the whole world should have seen back then already. The Ukrainian invincibly means. I am confident we'll return to Donetsk Airport, Donetsk, and other cities and villages of Donbass and other temporary occupied territories. Temporary is the key word. Ukraine will return its people and what belongs to it. Glory to Ukraine. And those were the words from President Zelensky. And we are now going to go further down. See what we got here. All right. Mamet is also covering SAPO concludes pretrial Rotterdam Plus investigation. The Special Anti-Corruption Prosecutor Office has finished a pre-trial investigation to Rotterdam Plus, former case which was reopened September 22 with 15 suspects. 6 cargo ships carrying grain leave Ukraine over weekend. 6 carrying 153,000 metric tons of grain bound for Africa, Asia, and European nations left Odessa on January 14th, 15th, the Infrastructure Ministry said. Russia brought down a section of a large residential building in Dnipro January 4th, burying people under the rubble. At least 40 civilians were killed, 76 were wounded, 26 remain missing as of a publication time. And if you want to check out more information on what's going on in Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen, you can go right on to Mamet's page, give him some support, even buy him a coffee. That's simple. Buymeacoffee.com and your Rukon, and you can click this link right here. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can send him a message, support $5. That's all he's asking for. And whoops, there we go. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3 Times N News Network, and this is your host Joeyneb. Feel free to give me some questions if you like. Leave them behind. I'll answer them. If I don't answer right away, it's only because of the fact that either A, I'm sleeping to go to work the next day. I know I haven't been on this often, but our next date will be next week. Live interviews with other people throughout from other states of the United States, talking about various topics. We have possible Anthony from New York City. We have Steve from San Francisco. You have Joeyneb from New Hampshire, possibly Ashley from Pennsylvania. Um, we will see you then next week, and I will keep you more updated and keep a live map going on here. And an updated taskbar and possible put an upper taskbar about the news so you guys can keep more informed about other various topics that were going on around the world. Once again, thank you for watching the Three Times N News Network. We appreciate your subscriptions and support, and see you all next week at 7 p.m. Thank you and have a great day.